Hey everyone, this is IllumiNaughty from Keystone State number 8, and we're gonna pretty much quickly go through a quick rundown of the type of troops that you can train. Now there's four types of, or four tiers that you can train, and all of them are pretty much your basic infantry, range, cavalry, and your artillery units. So for those that have played fantasy games quickly, your pistoliers are pretty much your infantry type troops that you will come across. Your skirmishers would be your archers that you see in fantasy games. Your horsemen, of course, are cavalry that you see, which are the little horsies, and most of the time they're used just to gather resources on the off the map or enemies. And then you have your artillery, which are normally your mages, and of course your defense, which would be any traps here in West Game. Traps are considered defenses that you could train that would slow down the enemy from penetrating your base or your castle or your town in our case. So basically, to run it down quickly, it looks like your pistoliers are strongest against the enemy's horsemen, um, as well as your horsemen would take on. So let's do it this way: your infantry or your pistoliers will kill horsemen. So if the enemy has a lot more horsemen, then you want to send a lot more pistoliers. And you can see for your horsemen, they take on, or they're the strongest versus the skirmishers. So if the enemy has a lot more skirmishers, then you're going to want to send, of course, a lot more horsemen. Now moving on, if we go to the skirmishers, which are your range or your archer units in fantasy games, they take on the pistoliers, which are the infantry. So if the enemy has a lot more infantry or pistoliers in our case, you're gonna want to, of course, send more skirmishers, which are your range type units. Now, of course, the mortars, they pretty much are strong versus any of the traps that the enemy has built or trained, and they weak against pretty much all the other units types. So the mortars are weakest against pistoliers, skirmishers, and horsemen. And to run it one real quick run through once again: pistoliers kill horsemen, horsemen kill skirmishers, skirmishers kill pistoliers, and everybody kills mortars. Now, to kind of reverse it for those people who are like me, who has to, who can come up with two different meanings on one word, let's put it this way: your pistoliers are weakest against your skirmishers, and your skirmishers are weakest against the horsemen. The horsemen are weakest against the pistoliers and any enemy traps, defense that they have trained. And of course, your mortars are weak against everyone. So that's pretty much a quick rundown. Of course, as I start unlocking more of the other musketeers. Actually, before I do that, let's take a look which is the key unit in order to use for gathering units or gathering resources on the map. As we can see, check out the stats for the pistoliers. They're 4-star speed, as well their load is 8 units of resources per troop that is trained. And your skirmishers, let's take a look. Their speed is 4 stars, and their load is 7. So we definitely don't want to use them because they lower their load. Well, you can use them. Just know that they would take a lot longer, not longer, but carry less resources than your pistoliers would. So right now we have the pistoliers that load 8 units of resources. Your skirmishers are at load load 7 of resources, units of resources per unit. And your horsemen, looks like they're 5 stars, and as for their speed, as well as their load is, looks like it is at 6. So we definitely don't want to use them to do the majority of our resource gathering or cleaning out farms. Now, of course, you can use or use boost, or I believe maybe forge equipment that can boost up these boost stats, which of course may increase the load. But looking at the base stat, it looks like the mortars are our key unit for farming or gathering resources on the map, pretty much cleaning out enemy castles or enemy towns once you cleared out their troops. And well, let's see here. And that's pretty much it. So it looks like the mortars are a key unit for gathering resources. Now, as I start unlocking more of these troops, I'll get a little more detail as far as their stats. And in another video, I'll go through as far as their attacks and defense stats. But pretty much, you know, quick rundown. Pistoliers take horsemen, horsemen take skirmishers, skirmishers take pistoliers, everyone takes mortars. So pretty much it. Hopefully click on that like button, and that'll let me know that this information was useful and motivate me to create more videos like this and get into a little more details on the mechanics side of the game. If you have any questions, feel free to join us on the West Game unofficial Discord. Pretty much it's a community for the game where we discuss on topics and off topics and just hang out and listen to music, have fun, and share memes, play games, etc. So look forward to speaking to all of you there, as well as seeing you guys in the game. Again, my name is IllumiNaughty, and all have a good night.